How's it going, everyone? Welcome to a new series where I recap the last week or so and take a look at the PlayStation 5 reviews and scores on Metacritic. Give you guys a rundown of what the critics are saying about some of the latest games, looking at the bigger titles, the smaller titles that aren't even out yet, but the critics have their early reviews up. So without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's start off with a game that I've been talking incredibly high about, and that is Tales of Arise, which has an 87 on Metacritic. However, it also has a 9.4 as a user score, and I'm more aligned with that 9.4. It seems like everybody is loving this game. I think I finally saw a comment on one of our videos where someone didn't like it, but that is also now probably reading all the comments. We're talking the ratio I've seen in terms of people I've talked to in real life and just in the comment section, Twitter, social media, everything like that. It seems like 99.999% of people love this game. This game is fantastic. I have not completed it yet, but I'm getting farther and farther, and I am adoring it. I'm really liking the character development and evolution, and I was talking about it for a long time heading into the release of Tales of Arise, that this was Bandai Namco's opportunity, and I think they saw it this way as well, to really elevate Tales of Arise into the next level and have it be viewed as a top-tier Japanese RPG franchise, hell, just a top tier game franchise in general. Like, I have a lot of friends that I know that aren't a big fan of JRPGs in general, and they have never given a Tales of game a chance. However, with Tales of Arise, I have a lot of people hitting me up being like, yo, how's this Tales of Arise game? Is Tales of Arise any good? And I am obviously uproariously telling them, yes, it is fantastic. The 87 is well deserved, but I would have really liked if this could have been a Tales of title that got a 90 plus on the Metascore. I don't believe any of them have. Tales of Abyss I don't even think have, and Tales of Abyss was very well received by fans and critics alike. But yeah, I think this one deserved a 90 plus, at least from as much as I played it, but I've heard the story just gets better and better, so very happy to see the overwhelming positive reception for Tales of Arise. Next up, we have Deathloop, which is interesting because it has an 88 on Metacritic, however the user score is 6.1. A lot of people have run into bugs and glitches with this game, and especially on the PC version, it leaves a lot to be desired. Obviously, a lot of the critics thought incredibly highly about the game. IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. A lot of other critics gave it perfect marks, and, you know, it is Arcane Studios. They do really great work. This is a title that I have yet to play, and I need to get around to it. Well, I played a little bit of it, but not enough to really form a definitive opinion. It seems like what I'm hearing from my personal friends is the game is a little bit lacking in depth, and while the loop system is cool, it does get old real quickly. That's just me relaying a message. I need to play more of it myself to give you guys a definitive opinion. Life is Strange True Colors, on the other hand, got an 81, while the user score is sitting at a 6.9. The reviews for this were seemingly all over the place. Some people really enjoyed it, and then I also saw some not so positive reviews, but an 81 is still a solid score. 6.9 on the user score isn't ideal, but hey, it is what it is. Usually, more often than not, the user score is well below the meta score, so Tales of Arise is a special exemption in that case. Next up, we have NBA 2K22. Look, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. 74 as a meta score. User score is a 4.7. So yeah, there you have it. I'm sure it's going to sell really well. I'm sure 2K is going to make a killing on it, but I think for those of you watching this video, you probably don't have a lot of interest in NBA 2K22. Next up, a game that kind of came out of nowhere. It dropped September 10th when a bunch of other games were dropping, but Lost in Random, a gothic fairy tale inspired action adventure where every citizen's fate is determined by the roll of a dice ruled by a wicked queen. The kingdom of Random is divided into 6 shadowy realms. The game has a 79 on Metacritic with a 7.3 user score. So this is one that was dropped by EA. I know, EA dropping some pretty unique titles, at least publishing them. IGN gave it an 8 out of 10, and generally seems like a pretty interesting action-adventure title. I think a lot of people are going to pick this up once it's discounted a little bit, but a 79 is a relatively respectable score, so good on them for Lost in Random. Next up, Lost Judgment, which hasn't even released yet. This is out September 24th, but the critic reviews are out, and currently the PlayStation 5 version is sitting at an 84, so a lot of positive remarks regarding Lost Judgment. Of course, this is the follow-up to Judgment, and Judgment was an excellent game done by the Yakuza team. Lost Judgment seems to be a lot more of the same, while also expanding on what Judgment did. Do expect a great story out of this one. as is generally the case with the games from the Yakuza team, but Lost Judgment definitely a title to be on the lookout for. Drops this coming Friday, September the 24th. Be on the lookout for that. Definitely a game you'll want to check out. Next up, Origami 2 is sitting at a 69 on Metacritic. However, there are only 5 critic reviews, so it's still a little bit light on the review, so expect this to fluctuate a little bit, but a 69, not the best score. I really enjoyed the first Origami. I actually bought the special edition on my trip to PAX, I believe in 2017, and yeah, I had a good time with the game, but Origami 2, one I still have to check out. It is available, I believe, yes, it is available on Xbox Game Pass, so if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can play it that way on PC and Xbox One, so that is an option. And lastly, very happy to see this. Tales of Iron has an 80 on Metacritic. This just dropped yesterday, and this was a game that I was following a little bit. A hand-drawn action RPG with punishingly brutal combat. As Reggie, heir to the Rat Throne, you must restore your broken kingdom by banishing the merciless Frog Clan. Gave me some vibes of like a Castle Crashers, obviously a little bit more mature than Castle Crashers, and it's different. It's definitely a different game, but right away when I saw the game, that action, side-scrolling action title gave me definite Castle Crasher vibes, or even something like Assault and Sanctuary from a presentation style. Has a little bit of a darker look, but very positive reception on Steam as well. 296 reviews, 87% positive on that end, but an 80 on Metascore. No user score for this one yet, but Tales of Iron seemingly doing pretty well. The game was released at $24.99. There's a 10% launch discount on the title, so I imagine this is going to be a game that a lot of people do wait on a sale for, but nice to see it do pretty well on its PlayStation 5 release. Again, only 8 critic reviews, so it's not like it's been reviewed by a ton of people, but an 80 is still a very, very respectable score, especially for a lower key game like this. And that's gonna do it for me. Again, I'm gonna try to get to this series every week or every other week where we run down the scores on Metacritic. I think people will find some interesting disparity between the Metascore and user score. At times, sometimes the user scores are memes, but you know, it is what it is. It's still something nice to look at, and I'm very happy with Tales of Arise sitting at a 9.4 as a user score, because the game absolutely deserves it. And again, the game seemingly has sold really well. It has broken Tales of records, so 1 million copies already from digital downloads and shipped copies, and I expect that number to grow in the coming months and the rest of the year and early next year. But that's gonna do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.